Hello, guys, and welcome to another Tuesday Tech Talk. Tech Talk Tuesday, there we go. The Witcher's 3 Wild Hunt cost $81 million to make, and that's just crazy to me that's a lot, but I think they made their money back. At least I'm pretty sure. It was pretty popular. It definitely had its run. Bethesda is still working on the Fallout 4 system requirements. We already know quite a bit about Fallout 4. There will be no level cap or game ending finish. There will be a season pass. There's a lot of talking, but no Three Dog. And German gamers will enjoy the same pleasure of watching skull pops like overripe tomatoes upon a grill. But there are a few rather important things we don't know, too, including what sort of hardware we'll need to play the thing properly. And there's actually a pretty good reason for that. And here's a quote by Pete Hines. We're not going to give out incomplete or incorrect info before we know. That's definitely good because a lot of times companies they'll give out info, but they don't. It's not really good. Like I think Arkham Knight was famous for this because they gave out info for running it on like I think it was 30 FPS, which for PC like that was their recommended FPS, and they actually locked it to that too, which is kind of bullshit that they even thought about that. But I really like that they're gonna take the time to go into it instead of having it be incorrect and having to tweak it, because it's easier to send out one good one. Ark Survival Evolved introduces giant deer, millipedes, and penguins. A week ago, the team behind Ark Survival Evolved said that updates to the game would slow as it neared its release, but the pace doesn't seem to have changed much since then. Since I brought you news of poop throwing monkeys less than a fortnight ago, six new creatures have been announced. One being what looks like a giant deer, another being actually like a raptor thing. I don't know what you call that. And then you have like a scorpion. And then what are those dinosaurs called that like hit people in the head? And then obviously a millipede. But I just think that's awesome that they're really putting a lot of work into it. I actually don't know too much about the game, but I might look into it because that actually looks pretty awesome. But yep, League of Legends YouTuber gets banned for hate speech. It's well established that Riot does its utmost to choke out League of Legends toxicity. Prominent YouTuber Dunkey, I think that's what he said, learned the hard way when he was banned for toxic behavior. It's not appropriate to reprint his words here, but okay, but I guess they were bad. Whatever. But they involve lots of swear words and suggesting on how to die. Okay, telling people to kill himself. Whatever. Now that's the thing. I don't like that. I get that people don't want to deal with people, be using profanity, people being very aggressive, whatever you want to say. But, people using sort of, you might call it hate speech, whatever. I think that especially on places like YouTube, people should be able to say whatever they want, or I guess it's just League of Legends man, but they should be able to say whatever they want. And I guess repercussions should be seen, but I feel like as long as it's not being used to keep somebody from saying something, it's fine. But I guess repercussions should be expected. But as long as he's still able to say those things, it's crazy. There was that case with League of Legends player again who what was the deal with him? I think he said something on Facebook and then he got had to go to jail or something. I don't know if he got bailed out. I didn't really pay attention to that, but whatever. Windows 10 is sneaking onto Windows 7 and Windows 8 installs without permission. So I guess this is, if you know, when they released Windows 10, they did that thing where they had it download in the background, and then you could have it, on the day, and then you could, install it. But you had to accept it. Apparently, it's sneaking its way into people's, it's installing itself, not installing itself, it's downloading itself without permission, which is kind of horrible because you think, obviously, we probably all knew that Microsoft was able to do this, but the thing is, them doing it with this, I think it's kind of their way of testing the water, because if they're able to sneak in an operating system, what else can they sneak into our systems? I think we really need to make it a point that we don't want them doing this, because if they think it's okay to have us download this, what's next? Every copy of Windows 10 will come with Flappy Birds. Actually, it didn't. It came with Candy Crush. But you know what I'm saying? Like, if they're fine with us downloading this, what other bloatware are they gonna throw at us? A lot of people are saying things like that will stop some stuff. Like I hear Google will have stuff where when you download stuff like Android, it will automatically do something that will stop ad block, which is just crazy, but whatever. Okay, and the next one is China is attempting to head to the dark side of the moon. Yeah. In many ways, China's space program still lags far behind the U.S., Russia, and Japan's, but nobody has more momentum. The Chang, I don't know how you pronounce that, lunar exploration program is maybe the most stark example of the country's incredible push to space, having launched its first orbiter in 2007, the second in 2010, and its first lander/rover in 2013. The country has a sample return mission planned for 2017, but this week we found out that the next mission will be a trip to the surface of the far side of the moon. That's important for a number of reasons. Since it's the outward-facing side, the far side of the moon is physically shielded from the canopy of radio signals generated by the Earth. It can hide from the light and noise pollution of mankind. So astronomers have long fantasized about setting up lunar observation there. However, you can't set up a telescope or mine for resources, as China has been so intent on researching in a place you've never really studied. Despite some amazing recent satellite images, the far side of the moon is still far too alien to consider a major development project. So this mission will focus on surveying the geography of the enormous area of the lunar surface, as the lander view will be zoomed all the way into a single landing point, combining close-ups, reading, and chemical analysis with satellite flyover images of the past several years. It will help pave the way for a whole new generation of lunar missions, but like any of the far side missions, it will inspire. This lander will only be able to communicate with the Earth by bouncing its signal off satellites around the bulk of the moon, which makes sense because it's on the dark side of the moon. Anyway, okay, and we'll end it there. I put a bit more time editing this video in, so I hope it definitely shows. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's going to be a bit shorter, but yeah, hope you guys enjoyed Tech Tuesday, the return of Tech Tuesday. I'm hoping to keep up this sort of style with the editing. I hope, assuming that I do it correctly. Otherwise, it'll be kind of weird that I'm saying the style of the editing. I know. Whatever. Yep. So see you guys next time. We're going to do more of this. Hopefully, assuming I don't do something else. In which case, I will be doing something else. But yeah,